Yeah, let's look. Can you see the stream?
Let's see. Okay, it gave me the option to click on it. Okay, yeah, I can see the stream now.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So starting on Blade, let's maybe look at a couple of the fights, how you do with those, and then we can talk about a few things there. Might be good to start with positioning, like I said, if you feel like you struggle with that, or anything else, pretty much. Yeah, let's just see how it plays out. Do you remember this game?
Okay.
Actually, is there anything specific you feel like you struggle with on this map, or
Let me see. No, can't really think of anything in terms of the map.
okay?
Um, it's yeah, it's been a while since I've seen this video too. So
That's okay. That's okay. Well, you can always send me the newer one just in case you got it. But yeah, I understand. It's all good. It's all good. Well, if you
okay.
mentioned that you're not sure where to position, I just want to ask
Mm-hmm.
you, what are your thoughts, general thoughts about the positioning? What are you looking for on the blade?
Uh, I remember like just learning, just I guess like use cover all the time. Just try to always stay near cover, and I guess like try to use your camera to peek around corners
Mhm.
if possible. Um, but there can be times where I guess I'm on main and we get caught in a fight, but you know maybe at the time when I'm in the middle of the fight, I'm not thinking about cover.
I see. I see. That makes sense. And how do you usually position? Do you typically position with your tanks? Do you try to take angles, like you said, off angles? Or what do you typically do?
So since I've been playing with Blade, I don't take off angles a lot. I usually stay behind, like directly behind the tanks.
Hmm.
So I feel like I there's some times where if the tanks are backing up, maybe there's not times where I can be aggressive because they're backing up, so I have to back up with them. So I think that those are the things I can remember playing as Blade in those positions.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's take a look how the fight plays out initially, and then we may talk about a few things then. It seems that we kind of not doing a whole lot at the start, but yeah, eventually we started poking, that's fine. Maybe probably it's fine for you to even poke early, just start shooting anything what's at the spawn. Okay, it seems that we just didn't damage, picking off, that's okay. Mm, then
Mm-hmm.
afterwards we see the Venoms diving, sure. Maybe can poke them a little bit. Okay. Well, I wanna ask you, because there are two
Mm-hmm.
forms for you to be with, to be at. You can use your shotgun,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time, you can use your blade. What are the times when you're actually engaging with the blade?
Oh, I guess when I see a one-on-one situation, but there's sometimes if there's like a lot of poke coming my way, I feel like maybe I might take too much damage too fast. And because the tank, like in this situation, I there could have been a way where I could dash with my gun to
Mhm.
anti-heal the venom, right? But if I go past my tank, maybe I might not get healed because the tank might soak up the healing, and I might take up too much damage from up front.
Okay, okay.
So I hesitate. Yeah.
I see, I see. All right. So I think it will be good to just start with some fundamentals then, probably. Based on what you said and based on this first fight even, I think it will be okay. So the first thing on the blade, and just on any character, whenever you got some ability tools, that means that you have opportunity to take angles, to just try to go deeper on the map. And depending on how many mobility tools you got, yeah, just the more mobility you have, the deeper angle you can take. And on the blade, the general thoughts for you are, because you don't have as like a lot mobility. Yeah, you have two dashes, but This is not as
Mhm.
much like Venom or Spider-Man where they can instantly go from one place to another really fast. So for you, the
Mhm.
general angles are gonna be softer angles. And what soft angle is, it's gonna be any angle which is gonna be 90 angle or less, uh, based on where your team is. So I will give an example.
Mhm.
Let's say your team is trying to attack from here. This is what we call A, and this is how they attack towards this corner. And let's say you're the B angle, you're gonna form this 90 angle and stay at this position. This is gonna be still an off angle, but because you're forming this softer angle, this diverts attention, but at the same time you will be safe. Generally speaking, while we're doing it this way, while we're not able to go too deep. For example, let's say we play something like C maybe, where it's gonna be really really far, to just
Mm.
away from your team. You will
Okay.
be able to divert the enemy attention, but because you don't have as much mobility, it's going to be difficult for you to go back towards your team. So the angle B,
Mhm.
for that reason, is better because you're usually going to be at least one dash away from your team. And this is how you can manage
Mm.
just being on those softer angles and know, oh, should I go there? Should I go here? And then you will be not too far away from your team at the same time. You can be thinking about just does matter what the map is, does matter what situation you're on, but always looking for the softer angles. So anywhere, if you think about it like the clock, yeah, if there's a clock, you're gonna be anywhere, maybe at let's say here it's gonna be 9 o'clock, or like here 3 o'clock, then you will be typically there or closer to your team. To in this case, it's gonna be your A position, softer angle. I will give you an
Okay.
example. So this can be one of the players you can use as a reference. I will send you their gameplay too. Uh, this Blade player, it's their name is Eating Tacos. They are top 20 on the ladder. I think they are mostly playing Daredevil currently, and sometimes they also play Blade as well. And we'll see them. They
Okay.
do a lot is they take those soft angles and they start pressure from there because it diverts the enemy attention and it makes it easy for you to engage and have the higher uptime with your blade. That's why it's so important too. You see how because you behind the tank, you're not able to have the good
Mhm.
uptime with your blade. You're not able to fully
Mm.
engage with the blade. Okay. But this play
Okay.
here, they will exactly position. So, for example, if we break it down, our team is going to be somewhere on the main, somewhere in the choke. At the same time, with the angle B, which forms this 90 angle here. And it's pretty close.
Mm.
We're not exactly too far back in the enemy backline. Like, I don't know, maybe holding this building or just yeah, we're not too deep right now, so it's gonna be pretty okay. We can start. Sorry, this is a black rectangle. For some reason, I forgot to remove that, but it's okay. Hopefully, everything makes sense here.
Okay.
But you see them diving in on the back line, going for the blade, just making sure they do most of the damage with that, because this is where your most damage output's coming from. Obviously, you can also do a little bit of poking with your shotgun. I think maybe you watch some of the
Mhm.
videos that tell you you can use the shotgun first, and then after that you can do the dash, and then you follow off with the blade. Yep, just want to make sure that you're in the form, and you exactly have this. What's that called? I forgot the name of that. It's when you press the blood rage. Oh yeah, it's called blood rage. When you have the blood rage on, then you will be more effective with the blade. Yeah, you can exactly go
Oh,
in.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. But you can see them exactly starting. First of all, start with 90 angle, and then after that you'll be pushing here. Unfortunately, the rest of their team, they were not pushing as much, so they died. But it's okay. They know that there's a beacon. They can reset. But anyway, you will again see them starting the 90 angle, and then go for the pressure when their team is ready. Okay, let me see. I think the video
Mm.
for some reason
Okay.
got paused. But yeah, do you have any questions about this 90 angle, or does it make sense?
No, it makes sense. I'm close enough to be near the team. I could possibly get heals, or I can dash back to get heals and still apply pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So in this case, what do you think? If we would think about this 90 angle or like softer angle in a way of where you could position right at the start of the fight. Let's go back and think about that. Where could you be?
Uh, let's see. Well, I could be. Would it be too far if I was on that bridge? Too
Like
far
around
ahead, maybe?
here-ish, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay, so would
yeah.
you stay here or would you hide anywhere near the cover so you will not get poked?
Yeah, I would try to use cover either on that far left side or the right side. Probably the right side,
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
because it's
exactly.
closest to my
Yeah,
team.
maybe starting here. Oh, sorry, starting here is not bad idea for sure. Maybe here Rish can be okay, but I think you might be more
Hmm.
than one dash away, so this will be complicated. I think this is gonna be good enough. You can always go on the back line. Well,
Okay.
you probably can wait for these guys to reach the corner, and then we can go on the back line, and then after that you can always escape. Yeah, you can always measure. And taking 90 angle, if we being one dash away, that's gonna be good enough. This is how most of the
Okay.
players play properly. But yeah, let's keep watching. Let's see what else we doing. Yeah, so you can kind of see that you basically trying to play the poke character right now, but if you're trying
Hmm.
to play that poke character, then why not to take name or why not to shoot everybody like right now or the Punisher, right? You the playing the blade, so the highest uptime you have is when you actually go in with the blade. Yeah, when you
Okay.
actually try to just use your sword a little bit more. But yeah, this is
Okay.
okay to do initially though. Just a little bit of the
Okay.
poking. It's typically gonna be a couple shots, maybe one. Yeah, one hot shot, and then you can follow up. It's just you need to set up
Okay.
first so it will feel more comfortable. Okay, let's keep playing. Let's
That
see
makes sense.
what we gonna do afterwards. So let's say it now. Your team is fighting for this corner. What are your options?
Hmm.
How you could be setting up for this 90 angle in a way, softer angle? Where could you go?
Mm, I could possibly go up there where that I think who was that? The Moon Knight on the
Moon Knight?
top left. I could
Yeah.
go up there. Yeah. Or uh, like earlier you said, I could still go. I guess on the right, the upper
Yeah,
right side.
possibly. This from
Yeah, right there.
here, yeah, this could be
Uh
okay.
huh.
I just think because your team is gonna be around this corner really soon, might be a little bit too deep, but this could work. Maybe at
Okay.
least trying out
I see.
this is gonna be fine. It just as long as you want dash away. You see, when you're starting here, it just might be a little bit
Um.
complicated. You might be not one dash away, but two dashes away now. But when you take this, I think this is
Okay.
good. Yeah, maybe commit your dash. It's fine. You're gonna be
Okay.
always just safe as well. I also suggest because you're
Okay.
trying to take 90 angle, you will find yourself
Hmm.
using the initial dash for just that, yeah, for just some ability, and then after that you can recharge the dash meanwhile, and then you will have those as an engagement tool just to be able to stay alive and make sure that you do more damage as well during the fight. You will see that
Okay.
this player here, they exactly do that quite well. I think once they will try to set up. Let's watch. So maybe it's just gonna
Hmm.
be after the fight is over. Yeah, we'll see that. Okay, so here they're committing the dash for the kill. That's fine. I think yeah, it's good to watch just once the fight is about to start. Yeah, for example, even when you coming out of the spawn, right? It's just nice mobility
Hmm.
tool. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, they just use this mobility because they need to set up as soon as possible. They need to get on the angle first, and once they will be there, they can set up the pressure and just go for the blade. Here they kind of constantly in the blade form, but it's just pretty much because this allows you.
Speeds them up.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I was gonna say, usually when they use the Bloodline Awakening, when they initially start, it gives them a faster movement speed.
This is one of the reasons why. Yeah, and it's just you have more damage opportunities this way. Of course, you do take a lot of damage too, but I think it's fine mostly for you to be in the blade form unless you recognize that you need to stabilize a little bit more. You just trying to go for the initial damage. You don't have the blood rage on. Yeah, then this is
Hmm.
gonna be something But yeah, you pretty much see them first off set up. See, this is partially what happens here. They get on the angle right away. They clear important guy too. Like this is what we could be doing versus the Moon Knight too. Let's try to set up at the
Mm-hmm.
same time. You take them out. And then after that, you can set
Okay.
up your own pressure on the angle too. You see how much burst damage you got there too. And from here, you see nice 90 angle. They even try to take the angle similar to Daredevil, going even more backwards actually. But it's just possible as long as you know that you at least one dash away, then it will be okay. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
depending on situation, you will judge when to try to go in more. But just start with this first, and then later on we can discuss some other details. I think right now you just need to solve the setup so you'll be able to actually go in with your blade form, because right now we're waiting for too long. Yeah, entire minute and we're only shooting the shotgun. Something's off. Yeah, we need to make sure we engage with
Okay.
the actual blade a little bit more. And just engage with the
Okay.
sword. Yeah, like here. Yeah, let's try to dash. Then after that you can go for the
Mm-hmm.
blade again. Yeah, you do most of the damage with that. Exactly. But now I think I will keep it
Okay.
simple with resources. Yeah, maybe let's not even talk about the details, what to do exactly. I just want you to, in your next games, try to use your blade form as much as possible. Yeah, maybe if you got any questions about it later on, then we can discuss that. Yeah, there are a lot of combos, a lot of small things you can do, but I think it's just good to think about how to be in this blood rage form and just make sure that you do as much pressure with that as possible, because this is what's the
Okay.
most of the character is about. Okay. Yeah, do you have any
Okay.
questions regarding that, or does it make sense?
No. No, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Okay, let's keep watching. Yeah, here probably would, yeah,
Mm.
exactly, activate the blood rage. We should be available to engage the next fight. Probably down the choke here. Okay, let's start with your setup. So, what are your
Mm-hmm.
thoughts? What we could be doing with our setup? Where could you go?
Let me see. I could be on that bridge. Well, that would be away from the team. I'm not sure. From this position, I'm not sure I could. Maybe behind that cover where the bridge connects across from the enemy.
Hmm.
Maybe behind there.
Hmm.
I can't see any other good positions
Yeah.
where
Well,
I'm
there's
not
some
taking too
options.
much damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can because it's pretty much
Mhm.
90 angle. I think there are even options for you to, let's say, you here
Mhm.
because you're trying to attack for this area. This can be okay. Just the fundamental
Okay.
thing is, whenever we're looking to do something, and again, it's gonna be mostly what you're gonna be doing with sword. Yeah, I want you to go in and then make sure you get out
Mhm.
when you're in danger. Obviously, let's just say, because you have the right click as well. Yeah, this allows you to
Mhm.
kind of stay there. Yeah, you can just sustain a little bit more, especially if they use a lot of the CC on you. Yeah, you kind of usually see that the
Okay.
best player, they kind of go and use the right click to be able to stay on the angle. Let me just show you. Yeah, so this here can show. Yeah, so for example, we in and then something goes wrong. You have a need to block something like here. They will try to block. Yeah,
Mhm.
this allows you to stay in the angle, but if something goes wrong even after, then we can dash and dash away. Right now, they see the opportunity to commit for the kill because they have an ultimate, but yeah, it's just
Mhm.
you see that how they still have at least one dash potentially as an escape, unless there's a good reason why they invest in it. But yeah, this is just gonna be always them trying to min max all of that and just make sure that you get in the position from here. Yeah, I think
Okay.
this here could be okay. This bridge could be alright too. Maybe holding around here could
Mhm.
also be okay. Just make sure that
Okay.
there's gonna be high uptime. I would keep it simple. By the way, if we're talking about
Mhm.
once you're this position, what is the best time for you to engage? What you gotta keep an eye on before engaging? What do you think?
Uh,
Besides your resources, of course.
ma- making sure that my team is, I guess, engaging
Mhm. So
in
who
the
should,
fight.
yeah, who should be engaging in specific? Who should be,
Vanguards.
yeah, especially Vanguard. Yeah, this is gonna be the most important. So to be able to survive, this is exactly what you're looking for. Yeah, you just want to make sure that
Mm-hmm.
Vanguards are drawing the initial attention, so it makes it easy for you to
Okay.
actually go in and do stuff. So you're kind of setting up, and then after that, you're trying to time the engagement. Yeah, make sure that tanks are active, and then after that, you can be active as well. Yeah, just go in with them, and it will be easy. Because sometimes, of
Okay.
course, it might feel that not as safe, but see, currently here we are sitting there and just poking, and we're not in a blade form for the most majority
Mm-hmm.
of the game. Something's wrong in this case. You need to make sure there's more opportunities for you to do stuff. By the way, the
Mm-hmm.
thing about the angles is that you're also gonna be safe while staying there too. You see how most of the time we're on the main lane, and what happens is all these guys are gonna do damage on the main lane,
Mm-hmm.
and they will try to maybe damage your tank. They will try to damage anybody who has less mobility, like Bucky or your Inviswoman, and because they're trying to target those guys, you also might be targeted randomly. There's just gonna be a lot of the shots randomly towards you, right? But
Okay.
because you using angles like this player here. You see them constantly playing on the side, yeah, and leaning towards the kind of left or right of the map. You're not playing main unless you're committing for the engagement.
Ah.
Yeah, you always see them set up first,
Okay.
engage after, set up first, engage after, and this is top 20 blade, right? Obviously, you can
Okay.
be finding yourself fighting tanks sometimes too, but why? Because there's less opportunities for you to go deeper. Maybe if you recognize that if I go deeper there's gonna be too far, maybe you're not gonna be one dash away exactly, or the tank is overextending, then you can fight them. Yeah, this is just it. But it's usually the higher you go, the more you notice this happens, that there are less opportunities for you to fight backline. But for you,
Mm-hmm.
around the gold, plat, and just any lower rank, there are always more opportunities for you to fight the backline because you will be less contested on the angles. So it's gonna be totally fine. You don't have to
Okay.
copy somebody or like exactly listen to, well, let's maybe only play near the tanks, let's only attack the tanks. You know, you can always apply fundamentals, it doesn't matter. You just make sure you
Okay.
lean towards angles, but then after that, if this is really not possible, then you can do something else. Like see this play here, always starting with angles and then looking for the options. Yeah, maybe we can fight the backline.
Okay.
Backline is better, but if this is really not available at all, then let's try to fight the tank a little bit more. Stuff like that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any more questions, by the way? Anything you want me to ask about the blade?
Um, I guess so. From my understanding, from what it looks like, if I'm between 9 to 19 meters, his shotgun does extremely high damage in comparison to his sword. So I guess with that said,
Hmm?
I remember you mentioned that if I'm taking like an off angle, it's okay to go for the back line. When should I use the shotgun in comparison to the sword? Should I just use the shotgun and pick off one of the healers and then go into sword form to finish off the second one?
Yeah, mostly it's gonna be you will be in the sword form because it does um, more overall pressure because you will be there will be speed boost as well, right? You kind of stack in, there are stacks, and
Mhm.
the more stacks you get, the faster you are basically. So a lot of
Okay.
people, what they do is they start with a shotgun. If you on the off angle, you can go for the initial shot, and then after that you can
Hmm.
go to do the damage with the blade. Yeah, it's sort of
Okay.
let me try. I can try. I'm not the boss with the mechanics either because I don't play the blade, but I see how players do with that most of the time. Well, let's maybe just go on the practice
Okay.
range so I can show you something. Okay, let's see, for
Okay.
example, here. Practice range. And then obviously we can watch the player eating tacos, for example. This could be clear how
Okay.
they do that. Okay, yeah, let's just do do the simple combo. Okay. we usually gonna be starting with a shotgun because there's a lot of burst damage, right? You can see, okay, this is fine. But then after that, you typically trying to follow up with your shift, so it's gonna be the dash and the sword after. But
Mm-hmm.
make sure that you switch to the sword. So see, I'm just pressing the E and you instantly switch to the sword form, right? And then if I follow up with the damage after, there's gonna be quite a lot of damage. You see, generally speaking, it looks like this. So let me try to do that quickly. Okay, maybe let's just do it on Luna Snow. So I will be
Okay.
shooting, then I press my E, so I'm gonna be in the sword form, then I dash and follow up with the sword again. So see, like that. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty high burst damage. At the same time, you will be stacking the all all the stacks here. It's gonna speed you up more and more and more and more. So you will have the
Right.
high uptime. Yeah. This way, this is one of
Okay.
the
So
best. Mhm.
okay. So when should I use anti-heal? Because I know from my understanding, what I usually do when I'm playing with Blade, if I see a healer and I know they can heal themselves, I'll shoot them, and then I'll still have my shotgun out. I'll dash, apply the anti-heal, and then switch into the sword. Is that a waste, or should I just do it just like how you did it without
Uh,
anti-heal?
to be honest, the anti-heal could also be okay. But it's okay. Let's put it this way, because in my opinion, it's more about
Mm-hmm.
when there's more coordinated play, then it will be better. Because if there's anti-heal, we can potentially force out more resources in the learn zone. But the thing is, when you look into do this combo, generally speaking, at the start, you will notice that people they will not will be able to even save anybody. Like you see, okay, let's just look at the eating tacos here. Yeah, you see they're not even
Okay.
applying the anti-heal effect because there's a higher kill opportunity anyway. We can kind of just go in with the damage and do stuff, just like dash normally. Yeah, and this is gonna be
Mm-hmm.
enough.
Okay.
Like anti-heal let's put it this way, it's like more nuanced, and I think it will be important for you later. Right now it's just the first steps you need to start with. It's like, to give you an analogy, you go to the gym, right, and there's certain exercise like you want to learn to do, but you cannot learn that
Mm-hmm.
exercise if you cannot start if you're not starting with fundamentals, like how to breathe, how to properly lift something, how to just be effective with the with like more fundamental stuff. So it's just something I would start with. The anti-heal, yeah, well, it's important, but in my opinion, it's just once you're the higher rank, we can start talking about that. But I think it's just gonna be
Mm.
step by step. Basically, let's just start with the basics. But yeah, I understand this could be cool sometimes, but we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Usually, how people play, if you're interested with
Mm-hmm.
this, it's just if you are noticing anybody who is pretty much active on the field, and then you can apply anti-heal on them so your teammates can follow up, you force out more resources, this is gonna be fine. But I really I think it's more about when they're more coordinated play once you gonna go up in the ranks a little bit more. Or
I see.
maybe scrims too. You see that this play here, like let's see even another game. They will not use anti-heal as much, to be honest. They mostly just gonna poke with the shotgun. By the way, this is one of the cases where when the enemy is pretty far, if for some
Mm-hmm.
reason you're not well, you just both of the teams pretty far, you can poke a little bit with a shotgun, let's put it this way. But as much as possible, we're trying to fight soft angle option. In here, they're not as far away from the rest of the team, but
Mm-hmm.
eventually they will try to think about the setting up. Where can we go? Maybe go a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, and that's what they do right away. Yeah, they go to the left to
Okay.
contest the enemy angle, and then make sure they do the sword. Yeah, because this is gonna be the most damage for you, and because they want dash away, they can dash towards their team, like so right there. Go for the damage, dash away, and we save. Yeah, that's what we need. At least one dash. Yep, constantly 90 angle. But then after
Okay.
that, we can start with the shotgun, maybe do a little bit of poking, and then follow up for the damage after. Yeah, poke, it's gonna be hot shot,
Okay.
follow up for the damage after. Does it make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And because you're explaining that, and I'm thinking about it. Thinking about the matches I've played. I can see how I can, possibly just get the kill real quick if I just skip the anti-heal.
Yeah, don't worry about that right now. Honestly, I wouldn't. It's really niche for now. Maybe later it will be
Mhm.
more relevant, but with the coaching,
Okay.
well, it's just obviously if you want to do more sessions too, we can first of all see how the progress is on what we went over, and then after that we could possibly add more and more seams, so it will be easy for you to fix everything. But yeah, let's just start with simply setup. Then you want to time the pressure with your tanks. And
Hmm.
in terms of resources, I want you to try to go with your sword as much as possible. Don't be in the shotgun form for the most part, because we
Okay.
are this is gonna be not the highest damage output when we do that. Yeah,
Okay.
let's continue with the replay. Right.
Okay.
Let me take a look here. Yeah. Meanwhile, do you have any more questions?
Uh, no, I can't think of any right now. No. No.
All right. All right. Let's keep watching then, or where we left. I
No.
think it's been on around the
Okay.
second point, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This is where you can still set up. Yeah, think about it. Let's say we're here, or maybe we're even
Hmm.
there. I think the stairs could be comfortable. You can still poke with a shotgun, and then after that, you can pretty much just go in and do stuff. Once your Vanguard is active, yeah, this is gonna be the Magneto. They go in, they absorb the pressure. This will be fine. And by the way, what do you do here? Yeah, exactly. This is what you could be looking for, but just make sure that you will commit to the pressure. You see, we
Hmm.
kind of stay and keep
Okay.
poking, and your that's why your
Yeah.
dash is still sitting there and your right click is sitting there too. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting for the best opportunity, but you can just create that opportunity because you set up. Yeah, let's say we've been here. Yeah, this would be a good target for us to fight. Yeah, use the right click to sustain,
Hmm.
and something goes wrong, dash out. That's all what you can
Okay.
do pretty much.
Okay.
Like we saw with the again, that was good example by the way. We doing a little bit of poke. Yeah, this this
Hmm.
map, I think this map here, that not as many options for them to maybe take too good 90 angles, but still this shows pretty much they do a little bit of poking. They know that they will try to go left, set up there, and try to contest someone here, and pretty much after that we doing the damage from the 90 angle. We use the right click. Notice they use it really fast. But the most important is this
Hmm.
moment here, the tip of the right click. I mean, just
Hmm.
I think it's around like I don't know. It always feels like half a second, sort of. I'm not sure about the exact timing of it, but the initial, like when the marker is around here, this is when you can block the CC. But after here, you will not be able to block the CC anymore. You're just gonna be absorbing the
Um,
pressure. So this is what's the most important. That's why they actually start canceling it right away, because they're blocking the CC, potential CC, and then escape after. Yeah, this is just something what
okay.
are you always doing. Or like let's say here we go in, do stuff. Yeah, we just go for the damage. If something goes wrong, we use right click. Like here, they sustain a little bit longer because
Hmm.
they're under pressure longer. The HP is lost, but then after that they dash away again. So always using 90
Okay.
angles too. See, notice how they're not stacked with the Amorphos, which is here, or the Venom. They're constantly choosing the 90 angles, sort of softer angles in a way. Yeah,
Okay.
this diverts the enemy attention. All right.
Okay. That was very interesting that when you paused it, there was a meter for the block. I never noticed that before. The way I would do it is because I've watched a lot of videos of Team Captain because he was the number one blade,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, at the time, and what I would watch is he would block, like he would time the block like right before he would get attacked. That's how I knew that I would have that small frame where I wouldn't take any damage, or I
Okay.
would be able to block like ultimates and stuff like that. So
Yes, exactly.
that's I'm
Yes.
glad you paused it and showed me that meter.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's just so important this initial timing. You block all the CC. You can't even block the ultimate. That's why sometimes the good Blood players, what they do is they could dash towards the ultimate. Let's say there's a Phoenix ultimate coming in. You could dash to Phoenix and literally try to block the initial. Well, just use the initial block and then potentially this will disrupt the ultimate. Yeah, this is really good if
Okay.
you're able to time it, but it's hard. I think just start with fundamentals first, and then after that you can pretty much discover everything else. Okay, let's
Okay.
see maybe at least one fight with the attack. See how we could be setting up so everything makes sense to you, and yeah. Okay, so for example here,
Okay.
right away you need to set up. So where could you go and how do you do that? What should you be doing right here?
I see one opportunity. I guess on the top left, from the spawn. I know there's like a walkway from the spawn up to the top left. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think why not? Yeah, this could be okay. Start here. Maybe you can walk even further here if you want to reach the back line. And then, after that, look at your tank. If your tank is attacking, then you can attack as well. Because you don't want the enemy attention to go towards you for the most part. Yeah, you want to make sure that your tank
Okay.
does the pressure first. So it will be easy for them to attack. And
Okay.
yeah, after that, you can follow up. And yeah, we pretty much doing the same, going for the maybe initial shotgun, then you can go for the
Hmm.
damage with the dash, then you can just try to use your mouse
Hmm.
to, I mean, not mouse to the what is that called, the yeah, because on console I call it right click, but I guess you understand what I mean. It's just this block
Yeah.
ability.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you use the block and
Okay.
then you dash in a way if something is wrong after that. This is gonna be alright. This is gonna
Okay.
be good game flow. Because when you're the main in here, you don't have too many options what to do besides poking. It's just you poke. Yeah, there's been
Yeah.
could be so many opportunities for us to like go in with the damage as well. By the way, the thing is, why people not always shotgun too is that even though there is a lot of damage you can do with a shotgun, but it's very hard to
Hmm.
be consistent with hitting the shots. But the blade is pretty consistent. You can always hit something with that too, and you go really
That's
fast.
true.
It's gonna be more and more speed. That's why you see that. That player I showed you, that most of the time they're gonna be in a blade form too. It's just for the uptime, just making sure that we do constant
Okay.
damage, and you're able to fight multiple people comfortably too when they chaotically moving as well. And most of the time you see kind of just
Okay.
shotgun. Yeah, you need to be in a blade form right now. Okay, I think
Okay.
we mentioned quite a lot. Maybe it's good to summarize. Let's try to yeah, you can tell me what do you feel like you learned today? What you're gonna be applying in your next games based on our review?
I think the biggest thing that's screaming out to me, based on what you said, that positioning myself, trying to create that 90-degree angle, and making sure that I can see my vanguard initiate, and then I can go in.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's stands out big time,
yeah.
big time.
Exactly. It's gonna be sort of three steps for you. I want you to set up first. You usually will be trying to take 90 angle, and you can even invest the dash. Yeah, let's put it this way. So invest the dash to get on the angle. We'll write down it this way. And then
Mhm.
after that, you timing. You timing with your tank, check what they're doing, engage, and use your sword form as much as possible. Yeah, make sure that you press E, you actually go get on a blood rage. Again, it's important to mention that it's not just sword, but you gotta be in a blood rage form. If you're not in a blood rage form, there's no reason for you to use sword typically. Yeah, you always see that the boss players, they're always in the blood rage form. So make sure that you
Right.
press E, Yeah, not just press 2 or like, I mean, switch the weapons. Yeah, press blood rage, you will automatically switch the weapons. Yeah, that's okay. But this
Right.
can be one of the most consistent ways to do the combo too. You kind of press the fire, which is shotgun, and then after that you
Hmm.
press your blood rage. So for me it's E, for you, yeah,
Hmm.
it's R1, and then you go for the dash and you
Right.
follow up with the swords after. That's all. So you don't have to switch
Okay.
the weapons directly. Just press E and then it will switch it for you. It's gonna be okay. Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm also gonna add that. Yeah, as a note. Activate blood rage when attacking with sword. Okay. Yeah, I think this would be enough for now of what we could